Saucony. I am sitting in the front of her kennel, tossing treats to try and get her to walk toward me. She took 1 or 2 treats, but she really does not feel comfortable walking in my direction. I'm sitting sideways on the ground, just to give you an idea, and I'm looking all around. I try just to catch her glances once in a while. She doesn't like when you stare at her, obviously, but she really has no trust in humans. This is my first session teaching Saucony the touch command. I want her to learn to approach people confidently. Since she picked up the sit command so quickly, I'm thinking she may have already been trained and she's just testing me. I normally would start with a treat and a fist to teach the touch, but I simply provided her with my flat palm and said touch. She did know I had treats as they were sitting in a container on my lap, but you can see after a few tries, she picked up the touch command quickly. I used the yes marker when she did it correctly. You'll also notice I'm a bit slow on the treat as I'm holding the camera at the same time. I didn't have extra hands. Not the best situation, but Saucony did well. From this time forward, she really did learn the touch and would do it not only for me, but for my husband and son. She generalized this command very quickly, which again makes me feel she had learned it or something similar in her past life. I began trying to touch and rub Saucony during our hand feedings, as she is very food motivated. She seems to be willing to do anything for food. I've been quite cautious not to allow her to nip, growl, or even snap at me. Prior to this, I did have several sessions wearing leather gloves and rubbing her body, which started with much outbreak, as you can imagine, and then she accepted the touch. Rubbing my own dogs with the gloves seemed to help ease her nervousness also. My approach has been slow, and I've let her dictate the speed. Any nastiness from her, I would walk away. So this is the first time I have limited her space by attaching her to the chair. She is in arm's length of me at all times during this drill. The first few times I did this drill, she would only allow me to touch her while she was taking food from my hand. Once the food was gone, she'd back up and give a quick snap. So now, as you can see, she's accepting my touch even when there's no food. This is pretty cool. This is actually the first time she's allowing me to do this. You'll also notice she's offering many behaviors she has learned. I'm giving her verbal and hand signals as to what I want her to do. But I'm more interested in letting me touch her than if she holds the positions very long. You'll also notice she seems to be enjoying these sessions with some tail wagging and her willingness to keep the leash loose. Saucony at Pet House. You'll see Saucony jumps right up for Lynn, but she is as stiff as a board. We feel Saucony chooses not to fight because she actually wants to be with people, just still building trust. We have caught her relaxing with some of the handlers, her mouth opens slightly, and her body loosens. We have moved slowly, allowing more and more people to do this. Although not fond of this, Saucony has not growled or nipped at anyone. She still has a ways to go, but we feel confident now that Saucony will be able to find a home of her own.